Hey everybody, Kim Evans here. Today we are going to do some exercises for swimmers. I know we're all dying to get back into the pool and hopefully that'll happen soon. So I thought that it would be a great idea if we did some work on the muscles that we're going to be using when you get back into the pool so it just doesn't kill you, not get sore, and you can swim a little bit longer. I'm at the gym and I'm up in the TRX area, so I have a suspension trainer hanging. I also have a strap just hanging right here, and it is looped up in one of these little things. I'm not going to use that because I can safely use the TRX here, but on YouTube there's a little video posted on how to make your own suspension trainer. And so if you do not have access to a TRX, you can easily use this. You could just hang on to it and do some of the exercises that we're going to do by hanging on, the pulls, the rows, all those types of things. You can use your strap. Okay, so I'm going to take this down so it's out of the way, but this is all this is a piece of webbing, and it's in a little loop, and you can hang it over a door, and you're good to go. So one of the things that swimmers do a lot of pretty much all the time is pulling. And so we're either pulling this way, this way, this way, both arms. So we're going to work on our pulls because the TRX or a suspension trainer is perfect for working on our pulls. So we're going to start with a row, which is a reach out and pull. Reach out and pull. Yeah? So this is a short lever. So we have our long axis and then our outward axis when we swim. So this would be kind of a short axis move instead of the long rotational axis. So we're going to be on our suspension trainer. I'm going to turn this a little bit. There we go. And so if you're hanging onto your straps, you're going to put them right here against your chest. Feet are going to be flat down on the ground. And here we go. We're going to lean back and we're going to pull. So this is called a low row. And it's a pull. So we're leaning back and coming back up. So if that is a little alarming for you to be leaning back that far on an angle, you can step back until you're comfortable with this move and you come back right to here. So this is your start and your finish position. Back, up. It's called a low row because those elbows are low, so they're way down here, and I'm also lowering the shoulder blades in my back. They're staying low as well. So you're just going to come back and up, back, up. So if you want to make that a little more challenging, walk your feet in a little bit, back and up. So notice I'm keeping my feet flat on the ground. So I'm getting a little bit of ankle mobility, working on that ankle joint, and up. And I am in a plank position even though I'm on an angle, so I'm standing very tall and very tight. So from the shoulders to the ankles, it's nice and tight, just like that. So if I was not tight and I would relax in the hips, it would look like that. No, don't do that. Right there and up. Back, up, back, up. So you're really going to feel that across the chest, across the upper back. You want to make that more of a challenge, you can try it in a true plank position, which would be balancing on your heels. So here's my start, this is where I'm going to start and finish, right here. So these straps are nice and tight. I am looking at my anchor point, and I'm going to lean back, but this time I'm going to pick my feet up, so my toes are up. I'm going to stay balanced on my heels, just like that. This feels really good. So I'm trying to really broaden the chest, big back. One more. So with a suspension trainer, the way you make it easier or harder, you stand up taller with more of you on the ground. So if that was too much, you could stagger your feet, come back, and then pull up just like that. If you want to make it harder, you lift the toes up, or you change your angle or your vector. So I'm going to come way in, so when I straighten back, I'm at a much deeper angle, and so I'm lifting more body weight. Just like that. Pretty simple. So you can do about 8 to 10 reps of that. So we're also going to work on lengthening our back, and we're going to do it in a hip hinge. So hips are very important in swimming as well. If you're doing the butterfly, you're definitely driving through the hips. When you're doing freestyle, you're kicking and there's a lot of rotation, so those hips and glutes need to be super strong, and all the core. So we're going to do a hip hinge. I'm going to hang on to my handles. I'm going to back up. I'm backing up so you can see me. Nice wide legs. Hands are right here. I'm just going to come forward and press those hands forward. Back up. Let's see this from the side. Press. See how flat my back is? And back. So as soon as I do that with that nice flat back, whoo, feel it right there. Feels so good. Big old stretch. Warming up. You can do this with a strap. Hang on to the strap. If you had a resistance band, you can put your hands on the handles. You can also use a kitchen counter and just stretch it back. Just like that. Very good. All right, we're going to work on another pulling movement, but this is going to be an extension pull. So it's going to go like this. I'm still taking those handles and straps and pulling myself, so it is still a pulling move. And that's also great for swimming. So we're going to do it in the Y position. It's called a Y fly. So I'm flying my arms up, but I'm pulling my hands away. So in this one, we're going to start in a stagger stance. So I don't care which foot you put forward. I'll do this one because I did the other one before. And then I'm going to lift my hands up. This is my start and my finish position. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And I'm just going to lean back and then come up. So notice how that front leg is staying straight. And I'm just bending that back knee and driving it up. Because I have a stagger stance, I have more support front to back. So I can keep my arms super straight. Just like that. So this move is generated from the shoulders, but the hands are pulling away from each other in that Y fly. Just like so. All right. So if you are feeling it right here when you do that, you are bending your elbows a little too much and you're on too deep of an angle, so you want to back up just a little bit, because it's all about keeping those arms nice and straight. Okay, we're going to try that again. So remember, you start here, say high fly or a Y fly, because you're making a Y, which is a diagonal, just like that. This time I'm going to have a stance where my feet are equal. So this is my start and my finish. I'm going to start here. This is the midpoint. I'm going to drive it up. So I'm keeping my toes on the ground. Hips are in plank. So when I get to here, I keep it tight instead of doing this, and then come back up. So back, pull those hands away. So I'm really thinking about pulling with my shoulders and my hands. And I'm trying to keep my masses, which would be my hips, and my shoulders with a lot of space in between them. So this is very lifted. So keep that core nice and tight. So here we go. We're going to come back, drive it up, back, up. Let's do 2 more of these. 1 more. And down. So the fly move has a lot of variations. We did it in the Y position. You can also take it straight out in a T. You can go straight up in the air. There is a fancy swimmer pull. We're not going to do that one because it's kind of hard. And then you can also do it, it's called the alligator chop. So this is a diagonal, which is a great one for swimmers. So we're going to try that one as well. So on this one, hands are together and we're going to lift 1 up and 1 down. So the palms of your hands are always going to face each other. So I'm going to step in a little bit. I'm still going to do this on the stagger stance. And then we're going to come back. And then I'm going to go the other way. And back. And the other way. So I'm keeping a lot of pressure on each hand and trying to keep it equal so that this right here does not saw back and forth. And that would happen with a strap. If you're not keeping the pressure equal on those two hands, it'll slip and slide. So you want to keep that nice and equal. Let's keep going with that one. So we're going to come back, pull it up, back, pull it up. So we are really focusing on those shoulders and the upper back. Right now, if I put my feet together, it becomes more of a whole body move, a balance move in my plank. One more on each side. Last one. Here we go. Nice job. So if you're feeling that in the shoulders, you can back up and stretch this out right here. And there you go. Very good. Did you like those two moves? Okay, so we're going to do something that is for shoulder mobility. So it's not a pull anymore, but we're going to use our straps. And normally I would face away, but I'm going to turn some different way. But we're going to start right here. And so normally we have handles and then we have straps. So I'm going to put my fingers on the straps and then pull them here, just like this. And I'm going to open my hands up as wide as I can, and then I'm going to step in and just pull back with my hands so the straps are nice and tight. And I'm going to do what's called the wall slide. Just like that. I know it looks effortless, not so much. It's a little hard. It's hard to keep your ears and shoulders away from each other. And if you're not necessarily super mobile, this can be a little hard. Let me turn sideways so you can see this. There we go. So down and up. Down and up. Down and up. All right. Woo! Fires up those shoulders. So we're going to do it in a different position. I'm going to be very rude and turn my back to you. And in the same position. So what I'm going to do is put my hands on those straps again and then walk away until my hand, can't walk any farther, and I'm right under my hands. Down and up. All right, I'm going to keep turning to the side. And here I am, and we'll walk under my hands. Down and up. Down and up. That feels wonderful. It really opens up your chest and your shoulders. So it's a great little exercise to do. So if you don't have any type of suspension trainer or a strap or anything that you can make into one, that's fine. You can still do these exercises by reaching out, pulling in, reach out, pull in, just like that. You can do the fly. Hands would be right here. Open up. And if you're doing it with nothing in your hands, you may want to change the position and then down, and then maybe diagonal, and then back. So these are great exercises to open up those shoulders because, you know, when we're swimming, we're really using those shoulders. So we want to have them nice and loose. So another thing you can do is with light weights, just grab your weights and you could do your pull. You might want to do it bent over, pull. So I'm bringing those elbows back, squeezing my shoulder blades together, just like that. So these are very light weights. These are only 3 pounds. You can go 1 or 2. So you could even go right here, take them up, bring them down, take them to the side, take them down, diagonal, very light weights. And down. So those are some pulling moves that you can do for swimming. And I recommend that you start doing them. Then your shoulders will feel a lot better when you get back in the pool. They will be nice and loose, stronger again, and it will just be a lot easier to get back into the pool and get swimming. So I'm going to keep posting little videos of things that swimmers can do, but of course these videos are great for everybody. So if you're a pickleball player, tennis player, things like that, a racket sport, it's great to get those arms up in the air and move them around. So if you want to do it big body, you can step out and in, like that. Do some on the other side. You can swing your arms up and back. Anything to get those arms moving, shoulders loosened up, will help with your swimming. So thanks for watching today. I will see you soon, and hopefully soon in the pool.